is up, everybody? It's Moto here, and I'm here today with Sienna. Can you tell us what you do? What's your career?
Yeah, I'm a classical bass player, singer, songwriter, yoga teacher, and woodworker.
All right, then you got a good batch, a little basket of things. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
How did you get into the music personally?
Yeah, the music, my parents are rock and roll set designers for like Rolling Stones, Neil Diamond,
Oh, wow.
and so I grew up on tour. They are not musicians, but I grew up around a lot of musicians,
Yeah, sure.
and was very inspired and encouraged from a young age to play music. So I played piano, guitar, cello, and then started playing bass around high school.
All right, that's awesome. Would you say somebody needs that type of exposure to really go full on in like you did, kind of, or like how would you get exposed to that?
Yeah.
Because it seems like you have a deep exposure, like something like Rolling Stone. That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't think you need to start from a very young age. You see that very often, but I have some friends that started playing music in high school, like no musicians in their family, and they kill it, they rock. So I think it really has to do with like just your deep passion and then a little bit of discipline too, to like work every day a little bit towards your goal.
Yeah, that's 100. So is music your main thing at the moment? Because I know you say you do yoga and the woodwork, correct?
Yeah, music is definitely my main thing. I play with orchestras, a lot of country bands, jazz groups too, kind of all over the place.
Okay, what's your favorite genre to play personally for you?
Definitely classical music. It's just so expansive and beautiful. But country music is a close second.
Okay, so I know all these different genres are kind of like, they have different sounds. So how do you approach that? Because you may want to like get better at one sound and like, so how do you approach that with the different types of sounds?
Yeah, that's kind of why I chose classical music, is because there's so much technique with classical music, and it's probably the most complex of all of them, and I knew if I could play classical music, I could do anything. And so when I'm playing with like a country band and they're like, okay, like this song is kind of difficult, and then I pick it up really quickly and they're like, oh, how did you do that so quickly? And I always say, it's all Mozart. Everything is just Mozart. If you can play Mozart, you can play anything.
That's pretty awesome. I know, I literally just met her, y'all, and she has an awesome story. Like, I don't know, she was perfect for this, y'all, so I had to put her on here. And so I got a couple questions, just kind of quick questions. And first one is, what do you love doing so much you lose track of time?
Yoga.
Yoga?
Yoga. I could do yoga for hours.
What's one challenge you faced outside of work that shaped how you approach your career?
Outside of work. It's kind of outside of work, but being a female bass player was really challenging. There's not a lot of female bassists in orchestras, and people didn't respect me a lot when I would first join a group, because they would be like, oh, she's just like the short girl in the group. She can't play as loud as us or as good as all of us. And it took a lot of just keeping my head low and playing with everybody else for people to like notice that I was good enough and to respect me.
Yeah, I love that, because like with anything, entrepreneurship, business, athletes, musicians, you just got to keep pushing through, right? It's just the consistency, and you get that breakthrough point.
Yeah, you can't talk the talk, you got to walk the walk.
100%, because you got to kind of embody it before you really become it, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. What question do you wish more people asked you?
Oh. I think this in general, when you meet someone and you ask like, what do you do for a living? I wish more people asked, what do you like to do in life? Because making money is one thing, but I think it's so much more interesting to ask people like, what do you like to do? And I'm lucky what I do for a living is what I like to do, but that's how I think you really get to know someone, is asking them, what do you like to do?
All right, dang, I'm gonna take that into consideration. That's that. If you could rebuild your industry from scratch, what would you keep and what would you change?
Ooh, I would definitely keep the history in a lot of ways of like how classical music is tied to culture and to politics in some ways. Classical music has often been a form of like rebellion against like fascist governments and just inequalities in the world. But I wish it was a more welcoming place for women. I find in the world of jazz and classical music, I wish it was more welcoming to women from the beginning, and that they encourage more women to join, because we have to fight sometimes to find our spot.
Yeah, 100%. So for your music, what's your like drive? Is it like the feeling it gives you? Is it you're trying to get a message across? Are you doing it for views, or like what is it? I'm curious.
I would say it's two things mainly. One, I love feeling the vibrations on my body because I play bass, so it's low vibrations, really big vibrations. But also as a bass player, like a bass is the supporting instrument for the ensemble, and I love supporting other musicians, and I think that's my drive in music, is to support the sound and like keep things going from like the low end. I'm very grounded, and I like to help ground other people into their own sound so that they can fly,
Yeah.
I'll stay low so that they can fly.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
So, dang, I love that. I mean, honestly, it's really good energy, and I think people need that, especially. What could you tell future entrepreneurs, creators, artists, musicians, like just any word of advice that you have from your personal experience?
Yeah. I would say do a little bit of what you love every day, what will work towards your goal, even if it's 5 minutes. And also don't be afraid to have two things going on at the same time. Like very often when people have like maybe two goals, two things they want to do for work, they say, okay, I need to do this one first, then I'll do this one. You can do them both at the same time, because there's going to be times when maybe one form of work will be more fruitful, more productive, but if you keep both things going at the same time, you'll just expand larger. So do what you love and do it all.
Y'all heard it. Gotta follow that advice, y'all. Is there anybody that you'd like to shout out? Any people you've worked with, or anybody that maybe inspired you?
Yes. Shout out to Pete Posey. He got me into the Western swing here out in the Southwest. And shout out to Mozart. Love Mozart. Listen to a Mozart symphony today.
Any socials or anything you'd like to hand out to the people?
Yeah, I have an Instagram. It's sienna.geo. If you look up Sienna George or sienna.geo, easy to find.
All right, cool. Well, I'm going to wrap this up. It was nice to talk to you, Sienna.
You too.
And I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, Motor Boys 2002. Whoever you are, wherever you are, and whatever you're doing, I'm rooting for y'all. Peace out, y'all.